Welcome to Small Town Pulse with Steve and Melissa, where the stories are good, the coffee's strong, and the charm is home brewed.
We bring you the heart of small town living.
One story,
one sip,
and one beat at a time. Welcome to Small Town Pulse with Steve and Melissa. Today we have our local Weichert Realtors, Jason and Cheryl. Welcome to the show. Thanks for taking your time in this rainy weather.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourselves and why you chose Taylorsville, and Spencer County and Weichert.
All right. Well, I've been in real estate for 22 years, and I come from a background of human resources. And right before I left that career, I had to lay off 175 people. So I was looking for something that I could be more the fun person instead of that person that they dread going to the office. So I love it. I love helping people, especially first-time home buyers. Absolutely love that. Kind of hand-holding them through the process. And I'm excited that we're in Spencer County now. I'm based out of Shelbyville, but I come to Spencer County to help Jason, and we're just trying to develop a market out here, looking for some new agents, whether they be experienced or whether they be brand new. We would love to have them in this office. And Jason, I'll let you kind of tell them more.
Yeah, so like I said, I've been with Weichert, I guess it'll be 4 years in the next 2 weeks. So my background came from banking. I was with a local bank and then for 20 years, and then that bank got bought out and they politely told me they didn't need me any longer. So I was kind of on the receiving end of what Cheryl did, but it wasn't Cheryl. So
you guys are destined to work together, right?
And as my role in the bank, I handled foreclosures and bankruptcies and that kind of stuff. So when real estate was involved and the bank took it back onto their asset books, then I managed it and worked with real estate agents. So it was kind of a lateral move for me because, I knew most of the lingo and that kind of stuff. So, but Spencer County's always been my home. I grew up in Mount Eden, graduated from Spencer County High School in 1997. And so, yeah, it's home. So I want to see, home taken care of. So it's been, like Cheryl said, it's been fun. I do really enjoy getting to help people because I think marriage, children, and homeowners are the biggest three things in life. And when you're guiding somebody through or helping somebody with one of the big three things in life, it's kind of meaningful.
It's rewarding.
So, yeah, very rewarding.
As a matter of fact, I remember when you first started because you were in Settler Center at that time, and I remember you starting there.
Yeah.
So. Oh, that is right. That is where you guys were first, and now your office is in.
Right next to the barber shop, and then our broker got the opportunity to upscale a little bit, and he took that to his advantage, and so now we're located out in Elk Creek here, right in front of Revival Coffee, right up next to Highway 155. Right there on the corner. So it's a great location. And like Cheryl said, we're always looking for new agents to come in, experienced or not. We can definitely help walk the newer agents through it and welcome the experienced agents with open arms for sure.
Right.
Yeah, that's great. Mm-hmm. So what are some things you might be able to tell our listeners about when they're selling a home or buying a home? What are some of the pitfalls that they may come across or best ways to go around it?
That's a good one.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know where to start. It's like we want to sell our house, but how, where? First, I would definitely recommend interviewing the realtor. Make sure that that they are experienced and listen to how they're going to market your home and all the advice they can give you. I have a checklist that I love to give all of my sellers. The first and foremost is, I think, go ahead and get a home inspection. It's money well spent. You kind of get ahead of anything that the buyer may find when they do their inspection. Make it go a lot smoother. Some of the other things that are key to me is decluttering. A lot of people, you're going to move, you're selling your house. So go ahead and pack things up. even if you rent a storage unit for a month or two, declutter, get rid of everything personal, because when a new buyer walks in your home, you kind of want them to feel like, hey, this is home. And if they see pictures of you and your family on last year's vacation, they don't always get that warm, fuzzy feeling. So take away as much of that as you can. Jason, you jump in here, because I have a list. I could just keep going on, but
yeah, it's important to listen to the advice of the real estate agent as well, because a lot of times I think people like to think that they can price a little bit higher and then negotiate down. But in today's market, that's not the way it goes. If you're not priced reasonably within the range of what your house is actually worth, then the buyers won't even come. So pricing is very important. And you know, when an agent gives you their opinion, it's something to consider, because you know, especially with Cheryl with 20 years experience, she's been through several different kinds of markets. Myself, this is I guess probably the first market change I've really been through, because when I first came in, there were hardly any houses for sale in Spencer County.
Oh, they were going so fast.
And I think it was, you know, I was still I came in on the tail end of you put it on, and in 2 days you better be ready.
Yeah.
Because
I used to tell everybody, unless you're standing in the driveway when that sign goes in the yard, you're not going to get it.
Right.
I mean, that's how fast things were going.
So, and now it's kind of, like I said, it's just a weird market, because you know, you can have a $300,000 house that you put on the market and it doesn't get any offers for 10 to 14 days. You could have a $600,000 house put on the market and it gets an offer the same day. It's just, and vice versa. And it's just it's a very weird, very interesting market.
I think a lot of people don't realize too, all the technology that we have now. Used to, you know, you could list a house a little bit higher and everything, but now there's so much on the internet, and please don't price your house according to Zillow, because that will not work. Zillow is sitting someplace in an office. They have no idea the market that your house is in, but you could negotiate, and now you have to have it priced correctly from the get-go, or you won't get any looks.
Do you think that's because people have so much less time now? Like, they don't have time to negotiate the stuff. They just give me your best price.
Yes.
I'm that way at the car dealership. I'm like, I don't want to sit here and go back and forth.
Right.
Give me your best
Let's
price.
do it
I'm
now.
going to tell you if that's good or not.
Right.
If I can live with it, and then let's go.
Yeah, that's one thing that I try to inform my sellers of as well. Whenever we list, I try to prepare them that more often than not, the first offer they get is going to be their best offer. And even though in today's market, it's probably going to be a little bit lower than asking
the offer
price.
they like.
Exactly, but it's more than likely, more often than not, going to be their best offer.
And what you said, to touch on that, it used to be, people would get in this bidding wars, like, oh, we're going to price it here, and then we'll just see how much we can get. Well, most people, it's like, if there's other offers on the table, I'm not interested. I don't want to play that game.
That happened to us when we were looking, me and my wife, and we had found this one house, and it was overpriced. And we're like, okay, well, I can't afford it. It's not in my range for my budget. And then right up the road, there was another house for sale a month later. And we went to look at that, and that was in our budget. And I gave them my top bid that I can give them. And it was 3 people that were bidding. And they come back to me and go, well, can you up your bid? And I'm like, if I would have upped my bid, I would have given it to you when I first had it. I can only buy this much. So we went back to the other house and negotiated that down to our bid, and it was kind of fun. It's one of those things where she listened to the real estate agent, and we liked the colors when we first went in there, and she painted over them, and the person she hired to paint did not do a great job. So it was like.
Yeah.
And my wife goes, "What'd you do to my house?" And we didn't even put a bid in yet. So,
Yes.
but it's one of those things. I think on the buyer side, tell the real estate agent what you're looking for, what you want, and it was funny because my wife went to my real estate agent and said, "I need you to put this bid in." They wanted $225 to start. We wound up getting the house for $183. So,
That's not happening in today's
no,
market.
no. But what happened was when we went back with the bid, we asked them to do the closing costs for us because we couldn't afford the estimate. So we had given them a bid of 188 if they do the closing costs, and she said no. So then my wife goes, "Well, tell them 183 and we'll pay for it, the closing costs." And the real estate agent goes, "I can't do that." And she goes, "Tell them that or I'll fire you. Simple as that." So she did, and we got it for 183. So I'm like, because I've never had that happen. I said, "Well, there's always a first. And when we're involved, there's always a first."
Experience.
Yeah.
Experience.
I think that's one thing. I know when my son bought his first house, he was not prepared for the amount of money he'd have as the buyer coming out of pocket at closing. Geez, I think that's something
That's a great
that
point.
you probably
Yeah,
need to. What do you tell your buyers to budget for that? typically?
I don't personally show houses until they've been pre-approved because a lot of times the lender's going to tell them, here's what you're going to need, here's your down payment. They don't take into consideration that they've got an inspection that's, anywhere from $500 to $700. They've got the appraisal that they have to pay for. All of the insurance, things up front that they don't realize. Yeah. So I sit down.
And there's
with
most likely going to be some repairs that you're going to have to do when you move in.
Absolutely. Yeah. Same with sellers. I tell them that. It's like, trust me, an inspector is going to find some things wrong, things that you don't see every day, and they're going to find them, and the buyer is going to want the house in pristine condition, so you have to negotiate that. It's such a process, and I think that's why I enjoy first-time home buyers, is because they usually do listen to me, because the people that are on their third or fourth house, they think that they know everything about real estate, so they're less likely to listen to what I've got to say. It's like, I know the market, I've got the pulse on the market. Here's what we need to do. So first-time home buyers, they're looking for all that information and explaining what costs are involved.
Any other tips for?
As far as for sellers, which is, again, boost curb appeal. A lot of people, they're going to see your house on the internet and they're going to drive by before they ever even call their realtor. And they're going to say, oh, well, they don't take care of their yard. Look at all the weeds and things like that. So curb appeal is very, very important. Spruce it up, put some fresh mulch down, clean it up, get rid of the weeds, plant some flowers. Even if they're artificial, I'm really good at planting artificial flowers. I don't kill those. But, and same with, when they walk into the house. It's like, and I love cats, but if you've got cats, sometimes there is an odor. Those things are immediately going to register with the buyer. They're going to smell that. They're going to smell that you had fish last night for dinner. Get rid of the smells. Make it, as soon as they walk in, that's the first impression. Just like when you meet somebody for the first time. First impression. And if your house smells clean and it's bright and it's cheery and they don't see, smudges on the wall, things like that, then they're going to think, wow, this house is really taken care of. You're going to show that,
And kind of in the same vein, but a little bit different, whenever I have a buyer, I'd like to kind of let them know up front that you're not going to get any pressure from me. I'm not going to sell you a house. A buyer, when they walk into a house, it's either going to be, this is it, or let's keep looking. If I have to sell them a house, I'm not doing my job, because 2 months down the road, if something goes wrong with that house and I push it on them, who's going to get the brunt of their anger? Me. So it's not my job to sell you a house. It's my job to facilitate and take you to houses. But the buyers they're going to be the ones that make the decision. If they don't, if they don't walk in and immediately fall in love with it, let's keep looking.
That's a great point, yeah. Because that person is hopefully going to use you as a realtor for life. They're going to stay in that house 5 or 6 years, and then they're going to take that equity and move on up. And, I've had the luxury of, I probably have 20, 25 sellers that were on their third and fourth house, and had I sold them a house that wasn't up to par, or I didn't explain everything to them, they're not going to use me again. So,
we still keep in touch with our real estate agent.
Yeah.
She invites us out to different outings that she does and things like that. So it's kind of
good.
cool.
Yeah.
It's fun. But yeah, one thing that I would say as a buyer myself, don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yes.
And what I had to do because of my work schedule, I could only go out like one Saturday every other week. So I'd give her 10 houses, see if you can get us into these 10 houses, and then see what we can do. And if not, we'll add a couple that are similar to this for me to look at. So those are, I mean, coming from the buyer side, I figured
No,
there's
that's
certain
perfect,
things,
yes.
and that's what we would do. We'd go out, check it, and some of them, like you said, as soon as we drove up to it, oh no, we're not looking at that one. And now with all the different technology, with the AI and you can use virtual tours. It's a lot different than when looking at a picture and saying, oh, they're standing on top of this dresser with a fishbowl lens.
Yes.
And this, and my wife was
There's
really
still
good
some of
at,
that going on
yeah,
out
there
there.
is, but my wife was really good at figuring that out and saying, we're not going to this is smaller than you think. So, but yeah.
That is. But yeah, technology has really changed things. I'm not going to show my age, but I wasn't this early in real estate. But I mean, you used to have a book.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it started out. You had a book. If you wanted to find a house, you went to your realtor and you looked through this massive catalog of houses for sale. Now you don't have to do that, like you said.
That's how we used to make our Christmas list.
Right, exactly. Circle this one, circle this one.
The little Toys R Us book that we used to get.
And
then
later-
I know the other things. I was gonna say the Sears catalog.
Yeah.
That's
Sears
what my grandma
catalog.
always
That shows
handed
my
me.
age, yes. The other thing that sellers can do that I think is very important is gather up all the important documents. Have copies of your utilities, because that's going to be important to them. That they've got a budget. If their house payment is this, they need to know how much is electric, how much is gas, how much is water. Any warranties that you may have. Maybe you just had all new windows installed a couple of years ago. Does that warranty transfer? If so, we need to make sure that the buyer knows that. Those are important details.
Yeah, foundation work. If you've had leaks or something in the basement, find that warranty information because 99% of the time that warranty transfers to the new buyer or the new
How old
owner.
is the roof? How old is the HVAC? All of those things are going to be key. And the seller disclosure now, what are we up to, 5 pages?
Yes.
Used to be, you used to write a contract on a sticky note and that was good. And now the contract, it's like all the legalities and everything. We found, I think our contract now is 8 pages just to make an offer on a house. You feel like you bought it after you make the offer.
By the time you signed your life away there.
Yes. And the comparative market analysis, I think, that's something that is so valuable that only a realtor can do. Because like I said, you can look on Zillow. I can look my house up on Zillow, and Zillow probably has it priced probably $150,000, $200,000 more than I could get for it in this market. So getting a comparative market analysis from your realtor. We're going to do the same analysis that an appraiser is going to do. I can ask $1 million for your $250,000 house, but if they're going to get it financed, it's not. The appraiser is going to go by the same comps that realtors go by. That's how they're going to get a value. So just because, and that's what happened a lot when the bidding wars were going on. It's like, that's great. Yeah, okay, you gave them $300,000 for this $225,000 house. But guess what? It's still a $225,000 house, and the appraisal didn't go through, so the loan didn't go through, and unless they came up with the $75,000 extra, they weren't getting that house.
Yeah, the only person that's going to be happy that you overpaid is the county sheriff when he collects your taxes on your new purchase price, because that's what you're going to be taxed on is your new purchase price, not the actual value of the home. So, so it's.
People today too are so, because we do have all this information at our fingertips, right on our phone or walking computer, people feel like they don't need a realtor now because, I can just go see that house. The owner can show it to me. I see all the information here. But I think as someone who bought a house without a realtor, the house that I'm in currently, they did it for sale by owner. We bought it without a realtor. Man, when problems arise, you sure wish you had one. You sure wish you had some buffer between you and the person you're now in a fight with. Because I think that's where the expertise and the knowledge that you guys bring to the deal can help negotiate through those things much more savvy than my hothead did.
I'm so glad you said that because we do. We see a lot more for sale by owners right now, and they don't realize you're taking the calls, you're doing the negotiating. It's much easier to negotiate through a realtor than face to face. And yeah, I mean, it's, we hear that all the time. It's like, oh, you guys make too much. It's like, well, let's look at all the behind the scenes.
But you also
things
make
that we
nothing
do.
if that house doesn't sell.
That exactly.
And you spend all the upfront marketing costs, getting the photos and the videos and whatever else. So, I mean, you've got a lot to lose too of your time
It's an
and
investment
money.
on our end,
Right.
most definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then preparing for showings. I think that's what a lot of sellers don't realize is we are at the buyer's, I say buyer's mercy, but you know, like you said, you had a specific time that you could go and look. As a seller, you need to accommodate those because if you don't, that is
They
a
may not come
potential
back.
sale. Yeah.
That you let walk.
So plan ahead. I always say every realtor should have to list their house every so often to realize you got to make your bed every morning. You know, all those things that you have to do to prepare a house for showing. What are you going to do when they want to show your house and you have pets? Are you going to kennel them? Do you need to take them with you for a ride while the house is being shown? All of those things, opening up the blinds, making it light. Those are all key elements to a good showing. It's smelling good, like I said.
Because you never know, you could be at work and somebody could want to come see the house.
Absolutely.
You don't,
And that
you don't know.
happens a lot. A lot.
Keeping your house, you know, showing ready. You have kids and pets and stuff. It's not easy. That's where that decluttering, I think, really comes into play because the less I have to dust and pick up and clean up and
That's
all that,
absolutely right.
the easier it is to be shown ready.
That's funny. We had a conversation this morning before I came in about a person that my wife used to call Mama. Used to tell her, you know, there's 3 best ways to keep the house clean. No pets, no roommates, and no kids. And if you can fix all that, then you'll be fine to go.
Yeah, now that I'm an empty nester with no pets or anything, my house is much cleaner than
See,
it
it
ever was.
is. It's
Yeah.
amazing
Yeah.
how clean it can stay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yes, declutter, and you had touched base on photography. So important to get a professional in.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, before there were photographers that specialized in doing homes, we were left to either our digital camera that
Or
and it's like those pictures are dark, you can't do anything, the lighting's always off. So that's an investment on our end as well, but it's so well worth it. It can make the difference in somebody deciding whether or not to even see your house.
Well, then you can get somebody from social marketer to come in and do a whole drone
That's
video.
funny.
Yeah.
I was going to mention that because tell us what you think the role of social media plays in real estate now. Because I feel like a lot of people are finding homes there, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, even though it may be listed by a realtor, but the buyers are going to get on social media and say, hey, look at my house. You know,
Please buy my house.
Yeah, and exactly, and their scope of friends or their sphere of friends, you know, who knows how many of those friends have outside friends that are looking for houses, and they're gonna be like, hey, check this house out. And word of mouth is a lot faster nowadays, I think, than it used to be because of social media.
Yeah. I mean, social media, you know what your friend had for dinner last night. Everybody's taking pictures of it, you know. So it is. It's very, very important. Social media. As a matter of fact, of course, I'm nearing that retirement age. I don't know if I'll ever retire, but social media, I think we're going to see a big swing in real estate here in the next 5-6 years with social media. I mean, it's going to play. It plays an important role now, but I think it's just only going to grow. All this AI and chat.
And going back to like the owners listing their own houses, it comes to me like Facebook Marketplace. Hey, I want to sell this, and then you got 100 people coming to your house just to buy this one
Is
piece.
it still available?
It's still available. It's still available.
Oh my gosh! And then you like I mentioned before. They've got to be qualified before I show it to them. When you're listing your own house, what are you going to say? Show me your pre-approval letter? No. They're going to call, they're going to look at the house, and then you're going to find out, you know, that they have a 520 credit score and never had any intentions of being able to purchase a home.
Or that you're not
So-
letting somebody crazy into your house.
Well, that's even, yes.
I mean, it's a
And
scary
we
world
hear
we
that.
live in.
Hey, it's a scary world for realtors. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
in the past couple of years, we've heard horror stories. And so I'm very protective especially when somebody calls that I don't know and wants to see a house. It's like, I want to meet you first.
Mhm.
You know,
In
I'm like,
public.
I'm not going to, this house is vacant and I'm not going to be down in the basement with you
Right.
at your mercy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you. It's not the world it was
It's not.
back in the day, for sure.
Which is sad.
Yeah.
It definitely is not.
Let's end with what are some positive things that we're seeing in the market right now? We're seeing lower home prices, right?
Well,
the
they've
buyer.
evened out.
Even
And
out.
Spencer County is like, not flatline, that sounds like.
It's
It's not.
not.
Yes, it's finally kind of met, so it's an excellent time to sell your home. We're not seeing, all the having to do highest and best offers on everything that is listed. The inventory has definitely grown. So buyers are getting more of a choice and not having to settle, because that's what we were seeing is like, we didn't get those other 3 houses, we better jump on this one. And that's not the way to buy a house.
Yeah.
That's, as Jason said, that's one of the top things that you're going to do, financially especially. So I just kind of went off on that, didn't I? I'm
That's
sorry.
okay. And then how long are houses averaging on the market right now? Does it vary?
Yeah, it varies. It does. It's hard to put. Look, I was just talking to somebody else Sunday, and we were talking. We were like, you used to be able to could tell them, hey, be ready because in a day and a half you're probably going to have a contract on your house. Now it's like
In 30 days, you better be ready to make
now it's like I think we're pricing it right, so I would be ready, but. It's one of those things you can't pinpoint anymore how long a house is going to sit because
A lot of it is the price point. I mean, because if I listed a house right now that was under $200,000, they better be packed and ready to move because there's nothing. And so many times a buyer they only qualify for maybe $185,000, and there is nothing on the market that they would accept.
Right.
Put it that way. But yet, I've got listings that are 1.7 million that have been already sitting there for, 50, 55 days. But it's all about the price point and how many people are looking in that particular price point.
Yeah.
I think that's what I was.
Yeah, that's definitely, like she said, I've got one that's listed at 645, I believe, right now. And it's been sitting for, I think it's getting close to 3 months, 3.5 months. So yeah, it's all about the price point, because once you get over a certain dollar amount, your buyer pool shrinks significantly. So you, and the thing that kind of blows me away now is like when I was in the bank and first getting into it, there were entry level priced homes, and nowadays there's rarely any entry level priced homes.
There's not, yeah.
And so it's all it's almost a medium grade home for less or for more than what you were paying for sometimes an upper class home 4 or 5 years ago. So it's a strange, like I said in the beginning, it's a very strange market. So
It's very fickle.
very
fickle.
it's good experience for us to get into this and kind of work through it and figure it out and that kind of stuff. So that way, we can, when it comes around again, because real estate is very cyclical.
I can't ready to say that. You took the words right out of my mouth.
So it's very, things reemerge and come back around and that kind of stuff. So when you've had the chance to go through each, you can kind of recall back on those times and be like, okay, this is where it's going now. So this is how I need to shift and need to adjust my sales strategy or my marketing strategies and that kind of stuff. So for me, it's starting, I'm learning each as they come along. So that way I do have that, in the back of my mind when things come back around. So
Just another reason you need a realtor.
That's right. And we can equate it to fashion. If you just wait long enough, they'll come back.
Just leave that in your closet for 24 years.
Right.
Exactly. Don't get rid of it. It's going to come back in
The
style.
You might not pitch it.
Right.
Yes.
Then you can sell it as vintage.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, and you can open a whole boutique with vintage clothing. But I'm glad that you said that, because it really is. I mean, back in 2007, 2008, when we had the crash, it's like, okay, that was my first big change in the market, and seeing all the foreclosures, it was ridiculous. And now, I mean, yeah, there's still foreclosures out there, but you just don't see them nearly as often.
No, you don't hear about it as much. Yeah. Yeah, you don't see them in neighborhoods as much.
Right,
You could
right.
always, you could always tell the foreclosure
Mhm.
houses.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, give us your contact info if anybody out there is looking for a realtor, looking to buy, sell here in the Spencer County area, or anywhere, I guess, right? In the
Yes,
Louisville,
yeah.
Fullerton,
Licensed in
Taylorsville.
the state of Kentucky, so
Right, anywhere in Kentucky, and we will go.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you want to give us your contact info,
They can call me anytime at 502-220-3350.
they can call me 502-644-1130.
or they could stop by the office here in Elm Creek, right?
Yes, yes.
You can stop by the office, email jcatlett@hbarry.smith.com.
Perfect. And I will add one more thing. If someone is looking for a new house, I just got a text this morning. There are some new houses available for 3.5% interest
On building the new house?
on a new house.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so if they're interested, give me a call. I mean, that's just, and I think they're also giving
Those are COVID
3,000.
rates.
Right?
I know. So I was excited to see that this morning.
That's awesome.
Well,
We
thank you guys.
appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you all.
Thank you so much.
That's all for today's episode of Small Town Pulse. Thanks for sharing a little bit of your day with us.
We'll be back soon with more voices, more stories, and more of the heart that makes small towns shine.
Until then, keep listening
Keep smiling.
and always keep your finger on the pulse.